Mahoning County Board of Elections will hold an adjourned special board meeting of the members of the board on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 9 a.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoning County Board of Elections office, 345 Oak Hill Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44502. With a recess to reconvene again on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 4:30 for the certification of the November 4th, 2025 general election. With the director call the roll.
Vice Chair Barger.
Here.
Attorney Robinson.
Here.
Attorney Bayer.
Here. Denise Bear, please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we take a moment of silence for our nation? Okay, the board will determine the validity of the provisional, late arriving, and overseas ballot cast in November 4th, 2025 general election.
Sure, the purpose of this meeting is to get the final count in this afternoon, including the provisional and late arriving overseas ballots, and has those separated. We can start with the valid ballots today so we can start to count. There'll be, want to go through them real quick?
Yeah, absentee sent, not returned, 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're on what page here? You're on the
All the way towards the back where it says ballot provisional.
There we go. Okay, just so everybody knows.
Okay. Second one is address changes. We have 91. Address changes and name changes, 5. We have 15. These people, what they did, they didn't send their confirmation card back. So they had to vote a provisional ballot when they were at the polling location. But they're valid.
Okay.
And it was 15. Okay, moved into Mahoning County and then registered in the state. And that was 13. Name change only was 7. Voted in their own precinct is 7. And ID returned in allotted time, it was only 5.
Okay.
Okay, and these are valid.
Do you want to make a motion to accept the ballot provisionals all at the same time? You want to go up there?
We have
Okay.
one other that it's board pending.
Okay.
It's,
You guys have to vote on this.
yeah, these are, how many? 2. There's 2 voters that showed up at the right polling location and voted in their own precinct. And that's been determined over the years. It's referred to as right church, wrong pew. And so they made it to the right polling location, but they didn't make it to the right precinct. What the directive says over the years, that's the board's responsibility. They showed up at the right place, but we didn't get them in the right precinct. Fortunately, this election, the ballots are all identical. So the ballot that the voter voted would match what they would have voted in their precinct. And so those 2 ballots should be ruled as valid ballots and put into the final count. If that makes sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we want to make a
We
motion?
make a motion to accept all the provisionals as a whole, or,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you
Yeah.
want to do the 2 that were
yeah.
for approval first?
Yeah, first.
Okay. Need a motion to accept the pending for approval for wrong pew, right church, wrong pew.
Right church, wrong pew.
I move, oh, I'm sorry. I'll make that motion. I second.
Will the director call the roll?
Vice Chair Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Robinson?
Yes.
Attorney Bayer?
Yes.
And then as a whole, do we need a motion to accept? Yeah.
So we want to do the grand total of 154 or 156, now that we've accepted the other 2?
156.
Okay, thank you. Need a motion for that, please?
I move to accept the 156 provisional valid ballots
And direct the staff to open and count those
and direct the staff to open and count those
I was just looking at the next.
Sorry. He wants to move this along.
It's
Do I have a
okay.
second?
I'll second.
Director, call the roll.
Vice Chair Barger.
Yes.
Attorney Robinson.
Yes.
Attorney Bayer.
Yes.
No grass grows under his feet while I do this. Oh, this is.
I got board members because you have to get this moving.
It's all good.
Okay. Next, we have the invalid ballots. These ballots was not counted because there was a problem with them. Got the pages? It's on the next page.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, the first one is deleted voter, not registered. They're not registered, so it's a total of 25.
Okay. So we got them registered after that, though?
Right.
Correct.
And if they didn't have a card already at the polling location, we send them cards. Okay, a registration card, so make sure that they're registered for the next election. Okay. Next one, missing birthday or incorrect birthday. That's only 3.
Okay.
They forgot to put their birthdays on the provisional ID on
Oh,
them.
okay.
These people are not registered in the state at all. They're from another state, so that was only 3.
So those voters who come in and say they're registered in Franklin County or Columbiana County, we vote them provisional, because if they are, that vote does count. We then check with those counties.
Correct.
And if they're not registered in the county that they put as a form of address in the ballot does not count. But they will be registered now.
No ballot, it's 5. These voters, what they did, they didn't wait, they just went on and placed their ballots in the DS 200.
Okay.
Okay, so we just,
So they're in the system somewhere.
right, they are in the system.
So the voter comes in, we determine the provisional voter, they go out, they vote their ballot. Instead of putting that ballot back in the envelope that they're instructed, they walk to the DS 200, they cast their ballot, they don't put it back in the envelope. Fortunately, in this case, I believe all 5 voters, their provisionals would have been valid.
Right.
In the past, we've had voters that they wouldn't have been valid, cast their ballot. And of course, once that ballot's in that DS 200, there's no way to take that vote back.
Next one is no identification received in a lot of time, that's 25. We have 5 who brought their driver's license updated, and those ballots were counted. These ballots wasn't counted because they didn't bring their identification in.
So they're giving you a time frame to come and bring
Yes.
everything here to the board.
That's Saturday after
That's
election.
Saturday.
4-day curing period?
Yeah, so after election, we're open till 5 o'clock every night, and then that Saturday after election, we're open 8 to 5 for any voter to come in and cure that provisional.
Next, provisional envelope incomplete. And it's 9 of them. They brought their driver's license, but they left their ID envelope completely empty, no signature, no nothing. Voted twice. We only have one person who came in, voted an absentee ballot, plus they went to the polling location and voted a provisional.
And that's not unusual, voters get confused, or they think they can change their mind. And they do it, and it's not with ill intent, they think it's allowed, so we usually contact that person, look into it to make sure that is the case, but it's almost 99% of the time voter confusion.
Like they forgot they sent in an absentee. They
They
forget.
just want to make
And
sure
they're
they
like,
vote.
oh, it's election day.
This person voted in the wrong county. They were from Franklin County, they were here visiting and decided to vote in this county, so that was only 1.
It was election day, they couldn't get to Wayne County, so they came here.
We have 3 voted in wrong polling location and wrong precinct. So, they're valid.
Right, and you see the notes, these voters come in, usually it's last minute, they want to vote right down the street from them, that's not their location. And when they insist they're going to cast a ballot there, we allow them to cast a ballot, they really need to go to the right location on election day. But most of that is confusion because you can live right next to a polling location, but it doesn't mean that is your polling location. It might be actually across town.
Older people don't have computers
Yeah.
sometimes, or don't know how to use them.
So that's it?
Total 75.
So we have a total of 75 invalid provisional ballots. So I'll need a motion
To not accept.
to not accept them.
I move not to accept the 75 invalid provisional ballots.
I'll second.
Director call the roll.
Vice Chair Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Robinson?
Yes.
Attorney Bayer?
Yes.
Wait, before you go, can we say, I wanted to tell you thank you to you and your team. Ann assembles her team every single election. She brings her folks in and they go through these provisionals with a fine tooth comb, backwards, forwards, frontwards, for the time that they have, and we really appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
It is always well organized.
Yes, she is. And she'll be all done, and you'll go back there, and there she is checking them again. Okay. She checks them and checks them. Yeah.
Jackson?
And she has her Excel spreadsheet that she uses to keep them all that way. So,
She does an excellent
I don't need, we already did the staff to open count.
We did that?
We did that, so the meeting is going to stand in recess until the staff returns with the results and the official count update. So thank you all for this brief meeting, but to get the ball rolling, and we'll see you at 4:30 this afternoon.
Yeah. And one thing we have to do after the afternoon meeting is set a recount date just in case. We were thinking we'd set it for next Wednesday, the day prior to Thanksgiving. And the reason is, we think we're gonna have a Sebring recount. It's right now one vote difference. It needs to be 3 vote difference. And so, depends on the nine individuals from Sebring. But we're also waiting on Columbiana, and that's Fairfield Township, Eden Township.
Jared he works at Comco.
Yes, you're.
He lost by a couple of votes.
15, 14 or 15, yeah. And so we're waiting on.
His wife, just so you know, doesn't want to do it.
I'm not on camera, am I?
Columbiana doesn't certify until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they're the record, county of record, so we have to wait for them to certify Tuesday, so if we have to do that again before Wednesday. And hopefully, as long as we can set a meeting, we might not need it, we can't say it.
Okay.
Will David be here next Wednesday, do we know?
Well, I don't know, we'll see, we'll talk to him at 4:30 when we're all here.
Yeah.
Is there a way we could just one time a year, come in by Zoom? We could beg the Secretary of State, just beg him.
She's just getting her head down.
You can, if you're absent from a meeting, you can come in by Zoom, but you have no voting privileges. It has to be in person.
Or you still have
All right.
So it would just be like, keep in mind, I think a lot of the
Right, so it is, as long as we can have the third, what's the audit, and the second and the third.
Everyone ready? The Mahoney County Board of Elections will hold its adjourned special meeting of the members of the board on Tuesday, November 18th at 9 a.m., which you did this morning. And we are recessed to reconvene again Thursday at 4:30 for the certification of the November 4th, 2025 general election. Now, Sandra, how much of this did you get through?
We got to right where you're reconvening there.
Chairman will reconvene the meeting. All right. The board will certify the official canvass of the November 4th, 2025 general election. So, did we add in all the provisionals and everything?
We did, the provisionals, the late arriving mail, all outstanding ballots were added in. The only change would be the Sebring Village Charter Amendment for the Civil Service Commission, which on election night failed by one. I'm sorry, passed. It was 295 no, 296 yes. It passed on election night. Now it's down by one, 300 to 299.
So we're on page 15.
On page 15, I'm sorry, page 15.
So does that get an automatic recount or no?
That does.
Okay,
And that will be the only change in results, and it's our only recount as of this point.
okay. And my understanding is if on the recount it's a tie, then it doesn't pass,
It
right?
doesn't pass on issues, that's correct, sir.
Okay. I'm very impressed with the turnout.
Yeah.
I mean, almost 30%. That's pretty impressive for an off-year election. So kudos to the people of Mahoney County who came out and voted. That's very good. Makes me happy.
Sunny day.
Okay, so does someone want to give me a motion to certify the official canvass?
So moved.
There's a motion made by Vice Chair Sandra Barger. Is there any, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Attorney Denise Bayer. Is there any comments, questions, or concern? Hearing none, the chairman will call, the director will call the roll.
Chairman Beatrice?
Yes.
Vice Chair Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Robinson?
Yes.
Attorney Bayer?
Yes.
So we're to identify any necessary recounts. I think we talked about that. And have we set a recount down? Remember, we had some emails and stuff going about, and we had a rough time.
We have not. We have, you can't do it prior to 5 days, no later than 10 days from this date. So the date that works for the staff the best is next Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving in the morning. And we have 3 board members. It's a small recount, there's 4 precincts.
What day is that, the 26th?
Right? Because isn't the 27th?
That's the 26th.
I could do the 26th.
I'm out.
You're out?
I can do it.
Denise is out?
I can.
You're
In the
out.
morning? I'm out.
All right, we'll do it. There's 3 board members who will give us a call.
It's 4 precincts, it should only take about half hour, 45 minutes. We can convene,
Hang
Do
out.
it.
hang out, and be done.
Okay,
What time we
good.
want to do it?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock's good. Denise, Annie, you'll call.
Yep, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
And we'll send notices to Sebring.
Yep.
All right. Then the next is the chairman's report. I know you all got this, but I wanted to give you copies of a letter I wrote back to Secretary Frank LaRose, and then a letter he wrote me. And I think I've given it to Dion. You have it? And for the public out there, the letter just says, Dear Chairman Beatrice, as the state's chief election officer, I am responsible for ensuring county boards of elections are prepared and able to run secure and accessible elections. Therefore, I was alarmed to see the news on September 29th that a pipe in the Mahoney County Board of Elections had sprung a leak. My understanding is that no voting machines were damaged, thanks in large part to your team's readiness measures. However, this situation, combined with months of local discussions about the condition of the facility that houses the boards of election, raises concerns. I respectfully request your assessment as board chair of whether the Board of Elections and its facilities currently comply with Directive 2025-29 and Chapter 3 of the EOF. If not, please outline any shortcomings in detail along with steps taken to address them. I am requesting a response to this inquiry by December 15th. In your response, please consider the following questions. Are the Board of Elections facility in compliance with Directive 2025-29? If not, what specific shortfalls exist? What immediate options are available to the board to address these shortfalls? What are your long-term plans? Has the water incursion issue from September 29th been resolved? Moving forward, are you keeping the voting machines on site at the Board of Elections or relocating them to another secure location to minimize the risk of water damage? My team and I look forward to working with you to ensure Mahoney County Board of Elections is compliant with state securities and deliver a type of elections that voters came to expect. My response said, Dear Secretary LaRose, thank you very much for your November 7th letter and for taking such a personal and proactive interest in the circumstances surrounding Mahoney County Board of Elections. We in Mahoney County truly appreciate your concern and your attentiveness to the challenges we have recently faced. Your ongoing commitment to safeguarding the integrity and accessibility of elections across Ohio and your willingness to engage directly with us as partners in that effort is both encouraging and deeply valued. Over the past years, I have made many presentations to the Mahoney County Commissioners raising concerns about the conditions of the Board of Elections building and the very type of incident that ultimately occurred. In fact, almost exactly 1 year before the September 29, 2025 leak, I specifically warned the commissioners that such a failure in the aging infrastructure was not only possible, but was increasingly likely. Unfortunately, those concerns proved prescient. While we were extremely fortunate the leak occurred during work hours, allowing staff to immediately and prevent what could have been the loss of millions of dollars worth of voting equipment, the risk we face underscores the seriousness of the facility's deficiencies. I have appeared before the commissioners numerous times, documented deplorable conditions through photographs, and in one of my presentations I provided them with the very materials you referenced in your letter, including Chapter 3 of the Election Officials Manual and Directive 2025-29. It was therefore disappointing to later hear public statements suggesting these directives were unknown to them, as this is simply not accurate. With respect to your inquiry about remaining deficiencies under Directive 2025-29 in Chapter 3, I can report the following. Regarding cybersecurity, we recently underwent a comprehensive audit, and we are in the process of completing the required documentation now being requested. I want to specifically commend Chris Rackesee for his outstanding efforts and leadership in helping us move forward expeditiously and thoroughly. We are in full compliance with the cybersecurity directives. The more substantial challenges lie in the facility-based requirements, and I will outline where we currently stand in both compliance and non-compliance. Significant progress only began after I stated publicly at the County Commissioners meeting that the Board of Elections was out of compliance and that urgent action was needed. For example, we have only recently brought the facility into compliance with the fire suppression system. This development occurred after your deadline, not due to any lack of effort or willingness on the part of the board, but because the County Commissioners delayed in responding to our repeated requests. We remain out of compliance with the alarm system. However, we have been assured that this work will be completed by December 1st. With respect to the water incursion issue, the affected pipes were temporarily shut off, but they are now back in operation, and our voting machines remain beneath them. The current facility simply does not provide us with the physical alternative or the capacity to remedy this risk. While the optimal and safest long-term solution is to house our election office and our voting equipment in the same secure facility, we have not been provided with another suitable site for the machines. We continue to be told that a new home for the Board of Elections is forthcoming, but as of date of this letter, no concrete plans or timeline has been presented to us. I truly appreciate, as you note in your closing paragraph, your willingness to work with us to ensure Mahoning County elections remain secure and reliable. However, until we are provided with a new building, one that meets basic structural, environmental, and security requirements needed for modern election administrations, we cannot be assured that another catastrophic facility failure will not occur. Indeed, earlier this summer, we were forced to close the office due to air conditioner system failure and pervasive odors emanating from the building. The bottom line is that without a new home for the Mahoning County Board of Elections, we remain at significant and unacceptable risk. Thank you again for your attentions to this matter and for your continued partnership as we work to fulfill our obligations under your leadership and under state law to ensure secure, reliable elections for the voters of Mahoning County. I stand ready to provide any additional information you will need. Sincerely. So, we got that done. Not a letter I wanted to write, but a letter I wrote nonetheless. And I want the board to know I did not write that letter alone. Tom and Chris and Melissa were all in the office with me as I wrote, as we basically in real time wrote that letter, just so I could get back to them soon enough. Now, where did my minutes, where did my agenda? All right, under the chairman's report also, I have heard a lot of rumors about where they want to put us. So until we know, I don't know, but it seemed to me that we should be incorporated in any discussions of where the board goes, because Melissa and Tom and Chris probably know what we need and what would work and what wouldn't work. I've heard a lot of rumors, and the buildings I've heard rumors about will not and cannot fulfill the requirements for us to remain in compliance with chapter 3 of the EOM or the new directives that were issued this year. So we'll have to wait and see what the county commissioners have in store for us. I know that there's a meeting tomorrow, and I have a dinner bet with Lisa and Denise, and I have a feeling that Denise and Lisa are gonna be taking me out to dinner. So we'll see what happens after tomorrow, right?
Well, I think we both are working, all of us are working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
And we were very happy to see that there had been progress being made by these meetings. And I don't think anybody was under the impression that we would be in a new building
No, I
by the
didn't
end
say
of
that.
November.
No, but then we were gonna,
Well, I think that there's been movement and talk and
it's all a secret.
Improvements made on the current building, for
Yes,
sure,
for
yes.
sure. Yeah, no, I commend I commend the commissioners. I had to go down there and yell a little bit, but that's
No
okay.
one wants to.
Hear
set
my
your
voice?
hair- No, you set your hair on fire. Nobody
Hey,
wants to
sometimes
see
you
that.
have to do that sometimes. I don't know. Okay, the director's report.
Well, I'd say it was a good election. Glad we got the official done today. We'll clean up the recount. So the board knows there might be one additional recount in Columbiana County. We won't know until Columbiana certifies next Tuesday. And if that race in Fairfield Township is close enough, we'll have to set a second recount date from that 5 days, next Tuesday until 10 days out, which is going to coincide with our audit that we're going to have to set a date for. So I don't know if the board wants to set a date today for the audit or wait till the recount.
Isn't that the one where we tried to set it and everyone's,
That's correct, everyone was on different pages.
you wanna try to set that now?
We could, if we could, it should be by December 5th if we can. December,
I thought that December 5th worked for everybody.
I
believe
thought
it
that
does.
too.
Was that that was in the afternoon on December 5th, right?
We'd have to convene in the morning, we'll do our audit, then we usually reconvene like we did today.
December 5th works for me.
Does that work for us, Melissa? As we went through our calendar
You mean personally or guidelines?
guidelines.
Well, I don't really, like, the recount that Kim may have with Columbiana, does that move our audit? Is that what you're saying, when you just said?
Correct, but I think we can do the recount in Columbia within 5 days, it's one precinct. We can have, and then our audit was still fit in December 5th.
Yes. Yeah, I think we had, yes, because I think.
We had all four or five board members, what do we have these days?
4.
On December 5th.
Is everyone good for December 5th?
Yes.
Works for me.
That's a Friday,
All
right?
right, so let's have a motion to set the audit for December 5th, 2025, beginning at 9 AM?
9 a.m.
9 AM.
If I can say something, I would maybe suggest canceling the December 2nd meeting and then
Right.
rescheduling.
To December
There's a
5th.
regular
To
meeting
the
on,
fifth?
yeah,
Right,
there's a
same
regular
day.
meeting on the
Like,
2nd.
okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Good catch, Annie.
I tried.
So why don't someone make a motion that we reschedule December 2nd meeting to December 5th, and that meeting also be for us to conduct our audit. For those in the audience, what happens at an audit, a lot of people don't know this, but on election night, we get the computer sticks, you get an unofficial result. Then we take all the paper ballots, we rerun them through the machines with any provisionals that we have passed or not passed, and then we get an official tally, and then the audit, we handpick 5% of the precincts, and we hand count them. And the 10 years I've been on the board, I think it's been 99.99% accurate. So, but I just want the public to know that that's how much goes into making sure that these machines are accurate. And it's a labor of love to do the recount, because we have 4 and 4, right? We have 4 people at the table and 4 people behind them.
You have a caller and you have a bipartisan team, yeah. You have a Republican, a Democrat, a caller, somebody who's calling.
And they all have to agree, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so, did someone make that motion?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, Sandy makes it.
So moved.
I'll second it. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Vice Chair Bartlett.
Yes.
Chairman
Yes.
Beatrice. Attorney Robinson.
Yes.
Attorney Bayer.
Yes.
All right, anything else under the director's report?
Yeah, in receipt of an email today from the auditor's office, this board passed a policy 3 years ago about cost of living. This is a year-end cleanup for us. They won't accept that cost of living now. They're gonna need to.
What do you mean they won't accept?
You can send that.
Can I see the email, please?
Yeah.
Did we always signed it? You didn't tell me in 2022 we didn't sign that?
No, there was no
We signed the
signature.
minutes.
We signed the minutes, but normally we have another documentation that has our 4 signatures on it, and we do have 2 new board members, so why not clean it up and do it the right?
Okay. Well, because I don't work for Ralph Meacham. And we are let me just make this very clear, so everyone understands this. This board is independent from the Mahoney County Commissioners. It is independent from every county office holder, and it is specifically set up that way for a reason. The reason is that this board is to be autonomous from any political considerations that those other offices face. So I appreciate the auditor's input, but I don't work for the auditor. This board doesn't work for the auditor. I don't work for the commissioners. This board doesn't work for the county commissioners. We like to be partners with everyone. But if you look at the history of how boards of elections were set up, they were set up to be autonomous for a specific reason. And the reason is they don't want us getting involved in whatever politics the county commissioners have, the county auditor has, the county prosecutor has, whatever. We are to make our own policies, and those policies can be different from what the county commissioners' policies are. My understanding is that we usually follow what the county commissioners do for the most part, including COLA and the small raise for the insurance. Now, my understanding is that their COLA went up, and so we usually just follow what they do. Isn't that my understanding?
For our COLA, we use the Social Security Administration. Andy, we have that information, right? We could give them our policy and give them the Social Security COLA.
I've seen it, but I don't remember what it is.
And then the policy too. So they, and the minutes.
Okay, the fact sheet I was handed. These are the minutes from the 2022 meeting.
No, whether I know what it says.
And I actually don't know if we're supposed to print the policy and have the board sign it. We just did that, we put it on letterhead because we thought it was cleaner after we've been here a little while.
Yeah, the first couple months we didn't.
So that's a good question. I don't know that that's necessary or not, so.
But I don't know if you read this part. But this part, where does it say this is yearly or forever or till the end of time?
Says it's, oh,
Go ahead, Danny.
first bullet point in the policy. States the increase will be enacted within the first full two-week pay period each January. That's the policy language, it's the first bullet point, and the policy for the minutes was adopted. So it was a matter of protocol.
But the only
Any
thing was-
change would have to, that was the official board action that was taken and memorialized So any change to that
Clearly
would
says
have to be carried.
this increase will be enacted within the first full 2-week pay period each January. That's our policy.
So the board policy remains in effect until we vote
Change
to
it.
change a board
Right.
policy. And that's true for all board policies.
Unless the policy itself says that it'll
has an
be
expiration.
revisited,
And
yeah.
I'm not aware that there's any law that says that this policy is unlawful.
It's not unlawful. No.
Okay. So I don't know what Ralph wants us to do. I
He
mean,
wants a signature, this with all of our signatures, so why don't we just give it to us?
So,
well, I don't think we have to. I appreciate that, that's what Ralph wants, okay? But how about if I just send Ralph a letter saying, here's what I want from you? I mean, I don't wanna be cantankerous with anyone, but once again, this board is independent. If this board does not maintain its independence, then you are giving up a power that the state legislator specifically gave us. And there's a reason the state legislator gave us this independence.
Here's my question, did Ralph receive the minutes?
yeah,
In
Well-
2022 or recently?
Every single time we send the PARs down, every single January, they get the policy and the minutes and all the PARs for everybody. And it goes to Dina, not Ralph, but,
Okay,
So-
yeah, Dina's his agent.
yeah, she does a good job.
Well, employee, agent,
Yeah.
she acts on his behalf.
I don't see why we have to sign, is there any legal requirement we sign this?
No. The board speaks through its minutes and its resolutions. So, no, there's no legal requirement. From a practical standpoint, it's a policy that affects staff. Things of that nature, once approved by the board through its official board action, are usually delivered, signed off by the director of any board.
Dave, we did draw up a continuation of this policy in front of you right here.
Okay, but we're only doing this because Ralph has requested we do
Then
this.
don't sign it.
Well, I'm just,
I'm just saying.
I'm just
Want you to
saying.
Show your independence.
no, what I'm
Sign
saying
it.
is that we already have a policy in place. The policy already says when it takes effect. Well, I don't understand, just because Ralph says he wants our signatures, why we have to do that.
It is a matter of protocol, because of the language in the policy and the board action adopting that policy, where it's reoccurring automatically each year in the first part of January. Official board action would have to be taken to change that.
So does anyone want to change it?
I think part of it too might be that we have two new board members.
Well, Sandy was here in 2022.
Right, two new board members.
Joyce,
Oh, yeah.
Joyce made the motion and I seconded it. I was here.
So it might be, it's just a bit of house cleaning,
Okay,
just
You
because.
don't have to, but you could sign it. It doesn't really.
look,
It's a
I'm
judgment.
all a team player. So, does someone want to make a motion for us to sign a policy that we've already approved, that's already taking effect the first week in January? Someone will make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Lisa makes the motion. Thank you. Is there a second? I'll second it. Is there any comments or discussion? I think we've had a lot of discussion on it. And so I would ask the director to call the roll.
Vice Chair Barger,
Yes.
Chairman Beatrice.
Yes.
Attorney Robinson.
Yes.
Attorney Baker.
Yes.
Now, the only thing I would ask is that this policy stands until we change it. I don't have to do this every year.
David, do you agree with the verbiage, the sentence, if you want to read it for those that didn't see it?
Yeah, and that it's gonna continue until we change it.
We're acknowledging that the policy exists and it stands.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Always trouble from the first violinist, that's what my father used to say. There's always trouble from the first violinist. We're gonna go to new business. We don't have any new business, right? Go to the order of public comments, I'm gonna acknowledge the attendance and actually applaud the county commissioner for attending our meeting. I can't remember the last time the county commissioner has come to our meeting, so thank you very much. And I want to publicly acknowledge your interactions with me, your responsiveness to me, and thanking you for coming to this meeting, because I can't remember, I think the last time Carol was when she had a recount. And I can never remember.
You saw both of them.
Yeah, I saw both of that election. And I can't ever remember Anthony coming to one, although I'm not criticizing, I'm just,
Dave, I ran to be a different kind of commissioner.
right, and
I'm
I just
working
want,
that, I go to work every day.
I
I'm here to work.
appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming
Thank you.
and being, you have anything you'd like to say?
Just on some of the stuff in the letter, I have minutes from the meetings that we've been having, very productive meetings. And the letter was more,
Acerbic?
it was more, I don't know how good, I don't want to use the wrong word.
Acerbic.
It was a little harder than it had to be due to what we have accomplished so far and how close we are to everything we're doing.
I
We
acknowledge
talk
that, I
about
said
fire
we're,
suppression, when we talk about fire suppression, and you asked me to talk, so I'm gonna say a couple things. It came down to fire extinguishers, about 6 of them, and then the fire suppression was taken care of. As far as the pipes above that room, they have not been turned back on.
that's different
that's-
from what I was told.
Well, Sean says that is eliminated, that problem was eliminated. It's been capped and eliminated. If he's telling me something different, Tom, I need to know. I need to know, because
Commissioner, he
I was down here immediately that day,
You were.
and I was, because,
capped that area,
Okay.
and what he said was, you can't stop the pipes from the rest of the
right, I
basement.
mean, if you put them,
That problem, he did cap,
If
but
you-
the
if
rest
you-
of the pipes are still,
if you put them on the top floor, then you gotta worry about the roof leaking. There's always gonna be, that's always gonna be an issue
of
with
course,
something could happen.
right.
Something could happen. And we're doing the best we can. Your staff was remarkable that day, and my staff down here also was a part of that, alleviating all the stuff that was happening as it was happening. And I commend your guys and my guys for taking care of that problem. That's the last video I wanted to see, believe me. But we are,
Well, we do want a new, I think we need a new building.
and we've agreed on that for 3 years. But I've told you that.
I know, but, at some point, the studying's gotta get done and the moving's gotta get moving. I mean,
And don't believe rumors you hear, because you know what those are worth.
I haven't heard
Don't
anything.
lose
I
sleep
asked my
over-
staff.
Don't lose sleep over any rumors you might have heard.
Okay, I asked my.
I've assured Melissa that when it is finalized, it'll be very much an integral part of how it's, what we decide is set up and how it's gonna work. I've said that.
Yes, you did.
I'm not gonna say, here you are, this is it. We are not gonna say. I
I'm
wanna
just
work
saying
with the
that-
Board of
that-
Elections, I worry about everybody in Mahoney County. I got 240,000 residents, and the voters are very important. And we respect them, and we wanna protect the election and the integrity of the elections as much as this board does, believe me, ask Commissioner.
I believe you,
Thank you.
and I take you for your, but you have a lot of other concerns other than a Board of Elections.
I do,
And so,
I do.
we have one concern,
I was for- I
you
know,
have
and I
a
get
lot
that,
more
And I get
concerns.
that, and I get that.
So, and I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you. It's just that if you're gonna get us a new building, you would think that Tom and Melissa would be
They will be
incorporated
part.
into the plans.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
The
think
final
we're scheduling
part.
a meeting tomorrow, correct?
We do, I believe you have a budget hearing and then also a meeting, I believe.
At 11,
I think 11:30, I believe it is.
I'll check.
I have no idea, until I look at my phone, I don't know where I'm going next. I was 3 places this afternoon.
I bet.
people don't like me.
You know what I like? Do you ever watch your videos? You know why?
Squeaky wheel gets.
How could you not know why?
I had a judge yelling at me today.
Yeah.
I think because CBS News 48 Hours was there, maybe that had something to do with it, I don't know.
They don't
All
like
right.
that. They don't like that.
Anything else for good of the order, public comments from anyone? Fiona, you were very helpful to us when you gave us those emails. Thank you for
That's my job.
taking our call. No, I appreciate it. And I tried to get back as expeditiously as I could to the secretary. I didn't want to wait I didn't want a week to wait.
You did.
And I wanted to get back to him right away. I appreciate him sending me that letter and being I know he's in town today, so he would say, if I go there, the thunder might come down and lighten me, So I don't want that to happen to him.
I don't think so.
So, but if you would express to him personally from me, thanks for his input and his leadership, and thank him for being concerned about us. That shows me and everyone that he's concerned about all boards of elections, so.
Absolutely, happy to do it.
Okay, thank you. All right, anyone else, anything? I don't want my wife to know the meeting got over so fast. All right.
You could go to the Thunder Raiser.
It's on YouTube too, what can I say? All right. So we are going to adjourn, and thank God for Sandra Barker. Because for 10 years, I've been asking for a motion to adjourn, and the vice chairwoman has corrected me, rightfully so, we can just adjourn, right?
Correct.
All
I
right,
learned that at one of the secretary, at the Robert's Rules meeting, you don't have to do that
Robert's Rules thing has
anymore.
only been in existence for 100
something else I've been doing wrong. Very shocking for me. All right, this meeting is now officially adjourned.
You need to sign it.